Well, they are your local experts in chiropractic care, and at Wyss Family Clinic of Chiropractic, that means addressing overall health for mom and new baby after birth.
Today, how they can help those struggling with breastfeeding.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Skip Wyss from Wyss Family Clinic, and I am here as always with my beautiful and amazing wife, Dr. Julie. And today we're talking about breastfeeding and some of the common problems that moms deal with breastfeeding and actually with bottle feeding itself, and how baby's latch is affected. Dr. Julie, why don't you just take it away? You're the expert.
Some of us start with our pregnancy and our journey that we want to do breastfeeding, but then it's not comfortable or the latch isn't right for baby, and it can be an overwhelming feeling of that you can't do the best for your baby. And so sometimes you're going to have cracking, you're going to have some blood that's going to show up, you're going to have engorgement, and it has everything to do with how that baby is latching. And so I understand the frustration and the depression when you're postpartum. All those things start to come all together, and then you are just scared that you can't do the best for your baby. And so sometimes you go away from that option to be able to breastfeed, and then you do formula, which is just fine. But for those that struggle and want to have another option to be able to continue that breastfeeding journey, we have help. We can help with that.
We do have help, and in chiropractic, this is something here at Wyss Family Clinic that we specialize in. We see hundreds of newborns a year with these exact problems where they can't latch, and it all comes down to that specific conversation between the brain and the body and the brain and the mouth. You see this little amazing baby here has been putting itself together in you since it was 20 days old, and then it actually learns how to suck at 23 weeks old. So what gets in the way of that once it's born? It's usually the birth process and a misalignment and subluxation of these first two bones in the neck. And the most importance of this is this first bone that we call the atlas. When that gets out of position, it directly interferes with how the jaw actually will open and affect how baby suckles, and actually negatively affect it. So I want you all to do, everybody watching, do us all a favor. Take your finger, put it right here behind your jaw, right where your ear is, and push in. Now, do me a favor, try to open your jaw. You really can't, it hurts. You can't get your jaw completely open. That's when this vertebra gets out of position. So if we take the interference away and get it in the right spot, take your finger away and now open your jaw. It works awesome, right? So now we get that ability of your brain back to talking to the tongue, the mouth, and the actual jaw, and now baby starts to suckle better. And more importantly, it actually helps with head rotation, right? And that's what you've noticed with your mom.
Yep. So many moms, you might notice that baby will latch okay on one side, and then the other side you have to do a different hold to be able to feed that baby, or the baby's just uncomfortable and won't feed on that side. So that has, there's lots of things that go into this, and it has everything to do with the top part of that neck, but that's going to be different positions that you need to do for the baby, and improper latch, or if they're leaking milk out of the sides of their mouth. All of those things can be helped with pediatric chiropractic.
And I think another major thing is the constant chronic gas, colic that kids deal with too as they eat. Their little tummies start sounding like cement mixers and gurgling, and they get kind of the bubble guts because they're not moving correctly and they're sucking in too much air. And it can either come in the side of the mouth, like you had said, or over the top. And that's where here at Wyss Family Clinic, we can be very, very specific and incredibly precise, and probably do the most in-depth exam that you have ever seen as a parent, and you will come out with more education about your child, their latch, and what's going on with the neurology that controls all of this than anyone else has ever explained to you. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. Contact this amazing lady, because it should never come as a surprise to you. I've never breastfed a baby, but this amazing mom has. And I just like to thank you for everything you do for our children and what you've done in our lives.
And we're here for you, so let us know how we can help.
Bye, everybody.
Well, you can find Wyss Family Clinic of Chiropractic on South Webster Avenue in Green Bay. Reach them by phone at 920-468-4199.
To connect online, wyssclinic.com. Of course, they have a Facebook page and a very helpful app.